Ooh. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like that. Alexa, play creepy, scary music.
Disney Halloween from Spotify.
Fucking Disney. What is that? Hi, Kate. How are you? Chicken Man. Hi, Iker. How are you? Oh, bank robbing. No, I asked I asked Alexa to play some creepy scary music and it's playing a Disney song. That's ridiculous. I'm good. It's playing freaking The Nightmare Before Christmas. Hi Sam, how are you? Good evening. Hope everyone is well. I thought I'd get this done and quick and get it out of the way, since I'm sure Wyatt will probably go live later, or Beer Gut, or one and the same. Hi Dane. Alexa, play creepy sounds.
Creepy Sounds by Celeste Reverie from Spotify.
It's raining. Oh, it's not raining here. It is sunny and beautiful outside. I'm working on my tan. I think tomorrow I might grab time. Ellie, how are you? I think tomorrow. Nope, I can't. Shit. I don't know. I'm waiting on a response from Fools before Fools comes home tomorrow. So trying to figure out if I need to pick him up, or hi Saltwater, how are you? If I need to pick him up or if he's gonna come home on his own. Because I know him and Red are on different schedules, so I don't know. Martin, how are you? She's drunk. Nope, I wish. I wish I was. Unfortunately, I'm not. Thank you. Yeah, I'd hope he can make it on his own, but I might have to go down there, so. She is not. No, I'm not. I actually just now poured a cup of a drink, by the way. I was doing yard work today, but thank you. Thank you for assuming. That's rude. If I was drunk, I'd be doing a whole lot more than talking about crime. That's for sure. I'd be a shit show in the shop. That's what I would be doing. Sober Sally. Okay, good for you. Let me smell. There's whiskey in it. Don't get me wrong, Goody. I said this is my first drink. What's the name of my cat? I don't have a cat. I have a dog. There's absolutely whiskey in my cup. Well, hello. Someone on Fools' Live yesterday told me that I told someone to twerk on live. Oh, was Fools live yesterday? I don't think he was live yesterday, was he? What is this music? Alexa, stop. You're annoying. You don't even know what to play. We will give it a few minutes, see if anyone else, can I show my dog? That's my dog. Her name is Chaos. You are awesome. That is Chaos, and she is exactly what her name entails. She is very chaotic. Chaos is chaos, yes. Oh, you're very welcome. Oh, Wyatt. Okay, well, apparently Wyatt is live as well, so if you stick around, awesome. If you don't, well, I guess you can watch a man cook or do whatever it is he's doing. So, we'll see. I don't know what he's doing. You have a beautiful cap. Salam from Russia. Well, hello from the United States. So I'll wait. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Alexa, play the Monster Mash. Ellie, you want me to get booted off the internet, don't you? She's got her chew toy down there. If you can hear it. That little blue thing. Oh my gosh, I hate mouth sounds with a passion. Cannot stand them. But, what shoes am I wearing? Why? Oh, Miss Carolyn, how are you, dear? I've wondered about you. I haven't seen you around lately. I hope you're doing okay. Hello. What is my name? My name is Rainy. Sorry, Chaos has got a chew thingy. Every single time I see a dog, I think of the cheese song. The cheese song. Well, let's see. We've been in here for 5 minutes, so it's up. Thank you so much. Thank you. Because I'll be honest with you, I'm losing them left and right. Little fun fact about YouTube: if you don't go live and if you don't make shorts, subscribers start leaving, and that's fine. It is what it is. I'm not after it for that. One day, maybe, but right now, apparently they go away when you're not regular, and that's fine. So, what's today's plans? Well, it's almost evening here. It's 4:30 in the afternoon. I did yard work today. I did my job, and now we're gonna talk about crime. So, the cheese tax song. I don't know what that is. I'm not entirely sure what that is. So if you're new here, I'm not regular. Here I am. That's true. That's true. So if you're new here, I'll get this started. If you're new here, welcome. We talk about crime. So there's unaliving or normal. I am definitely not normal. Potential abuse. You want crime? Easy E was a criminal. Let's get that poster. Oh yeah, we should. Oh, there's a lot of criminals in that realm. We talk about unaliving. We talk about abuse, unfortunately. Child abuse. Ma'am, don't start with me. This is what she does. I want you to look. She's like, excuse me? Do you see I'm here and I need your attention? I'm a woman now. Whoa, hello, lady. I will warn you ahead of time if it is about a child. A lot of people can't handle that. A lot of people can't handle a lot of things, but just know we are going to talk about unaliving, period. Okay. And we're doing cold readings. So, a cold read. I find articles on the internet in which I will read to you that are current event crimes going on in the US. There actually is one that I came across that is in Guyana, which is really, really, really unfortunate. Thank you, Iker. I appreciate you. Which is a very unusual thing that I saw on TikTok, because, you know, that's what I do. And I will briefly go over that one, and that one is really sad. That one is an 11-year-old girl. But anyhow, so welcome, and trigger warning. This is about unaliving. So the article reads, Florida man with trust no B tattoo is accused of killing a 74-year-old woman and kidnapping, raping another over perceived debts of relatives. Also, hello, Juice Man. Florida authorities arrested a 40-year-old man after they say he beat a 74-year-old woman to death and kidnapped and raped another woman before he stuffed her in a large toolbox inside a shed. Hi, Ange. How are you? I appreciate you, Ange. Thank you. The horrifying ordeal began around 10 p.m. on Sunday when the suspect, David Earl Gibson, knocked on the victim's door. Oh, stinking ads. The surviving victim answered, and Gibson allegedly told her that her husband and brother-in-law were thieves and owed him money, and he was coming to get it. Gibson, who has a Trust No B tattoo blazoned across his chest, then allegedly entered the home and started taking items. Crews said Gibson then started beating up the woman, striking her on and around her head before handcuffing her and stripping off her clothes. Gibson then allegedly turned his attention to the woman's 74-year-old mother-in-law, Lynette Cooper Collins. He started punching her as well, is what cops allege. Give him 100 years. Oh, Gretchen, hi! Rainbow! According to the sheriff, the last time the victim saw her mother-in-law alive, her eyes were swollen shut and her face covered in blood. Gibson allegedly kidnapped the younger victim, duct taped her mouth shut, and threw her in Collins's PT Cruiser before driving off. He then drove her to his house where he sexually assaulted her and threatened to unalive her. Following the alleged assault, the defendant took her to a shed in the back of his property and forced her inside a large toolbox. Gibson closed the box and put plywood and other debris on top to keep her inside. She was naked, still handcuffed and duct taped around her mouth. He put a rope over her neck and tucked her legs up underneath her. If you can picture what a hog tie looks like, that's what he did to her. She stated she got very hot and thought she was going to suffocate and die. Deputies believe she was trapped in the toolbox for most of Monday before she was able to get her feet under her and push it ajar. She got out of the shed and ran for her life, the sheriff said. While still handcuffed, she used a tree to push down the duct tape from her mouth before running to a nearby road where she flagged down a motorist who helped her get into his car and give her a blanket. Deputies responded around 5:20 p.m. on Monday, where they came to the aid of the woman. She explained the terrifying experience and told them to check on her mother-in-law. When deputies arrived at the home, they found Collins unalived. Mrs. Birgit! Thank you, I appreciate you. She was beaten to a pulp, unfortunately. The medical examiner will determine an official cause and manner of death. Deputies arrested Gibson shortly after 1 p.m. on Tuesday, so that was this week. He stands accused of kidnapping, sexual assault, and aggravated battery. It's unclear if he's been charged yet with Collins's murder. He is at the Washington County Jail without bond. He's next scheduled to appear in court on June 2nd. Okay, death penalty. Yeah, I feel like if there is, what happened? Do you see when I'm in this office and the door is shut? Immediately my eyes get all red and I can't breathe. I don't understand. Horrible story. I'm sorry, Gretchen. My profile is my sister's, don't worry. You're reading an erotic novel? No, I'm not reading an erotic novel. I am reading actual, you can't breathe. No, I've noticed when I shut the door in here, I think it's the dog hair. It's like pet dander. Yes, ma'am. I'm reading stories. But it's like immediately my eyes get red. So anyhow. Oh, Jeremiah, hi, how are you? You can't breathe. I'm Chicken Man. Oh, you're Chicken Man? Oh, you're Iker? Ma'am, I'm trying to do this. This is the one time you want to bother me today, is when I'm doing this. I want you to see her. Yeah, tell the people what's up because you're going to bother me while I'm trying to do my live. The one time. Allergic, yep. Yeah, see, immediately. Very strange. Always. Jeremiah, it's like a child. Okay, let's see if I can read the next one without, she just wants, I know, Carolyn, she's been with me every single day. Hi, Mary. But as soon as I do this, I am talking about you. Yes, I am. What do you need? Who's here? Who's here? Who is it? Is somebody here? Who's here? You gotta go get him. Just look at her. She's thick. She's not even fat. She's just pure muscle. Okay, so this one, I'm going to try to get through this one before I try to take her out. This one does have to do with essay of a child, a teen. Ma'am, I just have to read a little bit. Please and thank you. Thank you. While playing a video game, nurse allegedly caught having sex with 15-year-old stepson when husband came home from work, gets her license suspended. Bathroom. Yeah, quite possibly. Usually when she bothers me, that's what she needs to do. Here we are, back again. A Florida woman had her nursing license suspended last week as she faces criminal charges for allegedly having sex with her 15-year-old stepson. She's so beautiful. Thank you, Mary. Alexis Yates, 35, of Ocala, was temporarily shelved by the Florida Department of Health, which issued an emergency suspension order on Friday morning. According to the DOH records, she has been operating under a single state license as a registered nurse since 2016. Yates was arrested last year and charged with sexual battery on a victim between the ages of 12 and 16. Yes, ma'am. This is very important. Can you wait? Where's your toy? She's looking at me very sternly. Where's your toy? I'm telling you, she hates me right now. I'm so sorry. Between the ages of 12 and 16, according to court records. She was allegedly caught having sex with her husband's biological son in 2014. No, excuse me. Are you okay? 2024. An anonymous tip led to Yates being probed and arrested. JFK, stop. Ma'am. During police interviews, what? You're not going to let me do this, are you? You just push my chair. Just pushing my chair. Okay, guys, you're going to have to give me a minute. I apologize for anyone that is here. I've got to get her. I've got to bear with me. Come on, let's go. No, you want to ruin my stuff? Let's go. Come on, let's go. You're going to stay over there. No, you're not coming in here. Okay, sorry. If you're still there. Hi, sorry. So sorry. Okay. And by the way, she went outside and just looked at me like, haha, I got you away from the thing. She didn't even use the restroom, nor did she want to. Okay, during police interviews, the victim allegedly said he was on vacation and visiting his father for the summer when the sexual acts occurred. His father worked late hours as a lineman. The child victim was hanging out with his stepmother while she was taking care of his younger siblings. Oof. Okay, this might be a little graphic from what I can kind of sort of see. Around 11 p.m., the two of them began relaxing on the couch, hitting a THC cartridge together. A Benjamin, if anybody knows what. But Rainey, what? While playing a video game. Several hours later, they decided to watch a movie. According to the affidavit, the teen and Yates both thought the movie was boring, so they began to talk about other things. The DOH emergency order also outlines what allegedly went on between the two of them as well. Oh, God. I don't know if I want to read this. Hi, Alice. Ugh. I don't want to read it. I don't want. Oh, it's raining. Okay, Jeremiah. The stepmom made indications that she wanted to do other things. That's all I want to say, because I really don't. People are gross. Oh, God. I don't even know why I picked this one. I'm sorry. Yates and the teen allegedly engaged in sexual acts, including intercourse. The teen allegedly told police that Yates had been making sexual jokes for approximately a week leading up to the incident. Yeah, you're probably right. You're probably right. She's disgusting. And she's a nurse. Okay, we're going to skip this one. Well, as long as she didn't. Why is it okay if a female does it, Jeremiah? But if it was a stepfather and a stepdaughter, it would not be okay. I know it's not okay, and I know that's not what you're indicating. We're just going to say exactly what the title says. Her license was suspended, and she is a nurse, and she is disgusting, and she is trash. Thank you, Florida stepmom. Okay, we're going to move on. This one is in Maryland. All right. Wrapped in plastic and partially covered in concrete, man allegedly kills his girlfriend, poorly hides her body, then continues crime spree that ends at Walmart. A Maryland man is behind bars after his girlfriend was found beaten to death and hidden inside her own apartment. Michael McClatton, 38, stands accused of 1 count each of murder in the first degree and second degree murder, as well as a charge linked to attempting to dispose of a body. On April 24th, police were asked to perform a welfare check on the couple's residence on Ewing Avenue in Suitland, a medium-sized census-designated place and suburb of Washington, D.C. Inside, officers found the victim, Sharon Turner, 44, deceased. Her body was wrapped in plastic and partially covered in concrete, the police department said in a press release. The homicide unit was notified and assumed the investigation into her death. On April 24th, an autopsy determined Turner's death was a homicide caused by blunt force trauma. In quick fashion, investigators linked McClatton to the crime and issued a warrant for his arrest. Meanwhile, before the autopsy was complete, the defendant was arrested for an entirely different reasons, allegedly stabbing a man during an arrest at a Walmart on Georgia Avenue in Washington, D.C. But not from, I don't know if they're not from Florida. In an unrelated incident on April 25th, McClatton was allegedly seen in Walmart surveillance footage placing objects on his person. The alleged stabbing occurred while the defendant was being handcuffed. Details on the alleged murder are presently scarce. Authorities did not identify a motive for Turner's slaying, but did refer to her death as a domestic-related murder. She apparently was his girlfriend. And that's the end of that one. Oh, wait, no, it's not. I lied. Turner was a mother and a family, and her family considered her missing in the hours prior to the discovery of her body. The victim's funeral will be held during the first week of May in the small town of Exmoor, Virginia. There is currently no public docket entry for the murder case against McLawton in the Maryland court system. A review of that system, however, shows a sizable number of criminal cases against a man identified as McLawton, dating back to 2010. Okay, so that's the end. So apparently we don't know much about that one, unfortunately. People are wild. People are wild. Okay, moving on. Let's see. Oh! Shit, today's not May 1st. I was like, I have memberships I can give out. Today is not the day. Tomorrow. All right, moving on. Cracked her effing head open. Man lived with beaten woman's rotting body for over a week before dumping chopped up remains at cemetery. Oh, my nose. A Connecticut man allegedly beat a woman to death with a baseball bat over $200 in cocaine, then lived with her body in her apartment for a week and a half before he dismembered her, put her torso in a suitcase, and rolled it to a nearby cemetery. Ooh. How long does it take? Not very long, Jeremiah. Not very long. And then you got the maggots and flies, so it does not take very long at all. Oof, that's awful. No, I didn't hear that. Is that a new thing? David Koffel stands accused of murder in the death of 58-year-old Susan Wormser in the city of Groton. According to a probable cause affidavit, Groton City Police began investigating on March 19th when a passerby smelled a foul odor from a suitcase at the entrance of this cemetery. The caller told cops he had noticed the suitcase near some trash cans and became curious about what was inside. When he walked up to the suitcase, it smelled as if something was rotting inside, so he called police. Cops got to the scene and opened the suitcase to find the torso of a woman's body that was missing, the head and other extremities. Police on April 11th posted a press release on its Facebook page about the death, along with an FBI tip line number. Wormser's sister called in to say she hadn't heard from her in months. She didn't call to wish her a happy birthday, which was unlike her. She gave cops Wormer's address, and detectives went to check out the apartment on Allen Street, which happens to be less than 1,000 feet from the cemetery. Oh, Sergeant, how are you? We are talking about crime. A couple days ago, Jeremiah will absolutely look into that. Thank you for that. Officers also learned that Koffel had lived with her for a time. Neighbors told cops they hadn't seen Wormser in months, and Koffel was at the hospital. Cops entered the home, and it was evident there had been a crime committed there. There was blood on the walls, rugs, furniture, and clothing. Investigators also found a baseball bat hidden behind a bookcase. On the bat, there appeared to be dried blood and strands of brown hair matted onto it. Detectives went straight to the hospital to speak with Koffel, who was receiving treatment for pancreatic cancer. How did you get so much experience? On what? I'm just reading. That's all I'm doing. I'm not doing anything important, to be honest with you. I am just reading. I like crime, though, so. Okay, detectives went to the hospital to speak with Koffel. Where's that pancreatic cancer? Okay, during a non-custodial interview, Koffel explained that he used to be Wormser's neighbor before he moved to Arizona for a few months to live near his sister. That didn't work out, so he moved back to Groton. Since he didn't have anywhere else to live, Wormser allowed him to live with her starting in late November. He told cops Wormser had drug and mental health problems, and he didn't particularly like her, but he tolerated her since she was allowing him to live in the apartment. Koffel said he had back surgery in late December and stayed in the hospital before returning home in late January. He said she was there when he came home, but later left. Cops noted, what are we doing? Oh, Dill Dog. Well, hello there. Blood on the walls, floor, ceiling. Dill Dog, I appreciate you. And that is, if anything happens. Okay, so when I read that, I read it as same thing happens to my wife's thong each month. Oh my goodness, Dill Dog, I appreciate you. Thank you. Sorry, when I read it, it's okay. Thanks for the donation. We appreciate that. We absolutely do. I'm so sorry. Thanks for bringing that, though, to the light of this situation. I appreciate that. Okay, cops noted in the affidavit he seemed to settle on the idea of the victim going missing between January and February when he came back from the hospital. Oh my goodness. I apologize. Didn't know. Koffel allegedly said he didn't know where she went, and it wasn't unusual for her to leave for a day or two at a time and return later. Meanwhile, investigators tested the blood in the apartment, and it came back as a DNA match to the remains found in the suitcase at the cemetery. Detectives received a call on April 22nd from a witness who told them Koffel allegedly admitted to him that he beat Wormser with a baseball bat because she stole $200 worth of cocaine that was in his briefcase. They returned to the hospital on April 23rd and confronted Koffel about his revelation and questioned if they were going to find his DNA on her body. After repeated questioning, Koffel allegedly copped to his crime. All right, man, he said, I did it. I hit her in the head with the effing baseball bat and it cracked her effing head open. Koffel allegedly told cops he killed her sometime in the early part of January. Upset about the missing drugs, he said he walked up to her with the bat, hit her in the head 3 times, killing her. After about a week and a half living with the body, he used a hacksaw to chop her up. He disposed of her parts in trash bags and dumped them in 2 different dumpsters. He put the torso in the suitcase and took it over to the cemetery. Why would you take it to the cemetery? Police obtained a warrant for murder and arrested him at the hospital where he remains. Because the case was so gruesome and there were so few details publicly released in the early part of the investigation, rumors swirled about a possible serial killer, but cops debunked that rumor at a Friday press conference. Koffel is being held on a $1 million bond. Hi, Saltwater. So, that is that. Chopping up people. I don't understand. You know, chopping up people takes a lot of work. A lot of work. I've never personally researched it. I'm just going to say that because that puts me on the FBI list. I need to go find a bathroom. Okay, Jeremiah, thank you for stopping in. I appreciate you. And I will absolutely look into that case that you put out there. A bunch of people in the world that have sick mental. Oh, Sergeant. Sergeant, if you're still here, I came across a big raid that they did down in Florida. Because I know you and the other, oh my gosh, what is their channel? About the abuse on kids. Dang it, I can't think of it off the top of my head, but a big child sex ring was busted down in Florida recently that I heard. I think that was today or yesterday. I could be wrong, but disgusting, absolutely disgusting. And I came across some other articles that were talking about how common pedophilia is in the United States and how rampant it is. And it's absolutely disgusting. I know this is not the same thing, but it's always Florida. Bobby, how are you? All right. This is a Texas one. And this isn't unaliving or anything, but it's somewhat of a palate cleanser, aside from Dill Dog's comment that I misconstrued because I can't read right. Meant for fifth graders, a mother brought vodka-infused Jell-O shots to the elementary school party. A mom allegedly brought alcohol-laced Jell-O shots to an elementary school Christmas party this past December, according to the cops in the Texas city of Tyler. According to police documents, an officer described speaking to 15 students who drank the shots. Almost all described having stomach and headaches. Off a Jell-O shot? One boy said he vomited twice that day. Another student said he passed out. A student who spoke in January 13th follow-up interview said he had, sorry, this is not funny. He had 6 shots, got dizzy, fell, and felt like he could not stand back up. I know that's not funny, but those allegations landed Teresa Burnell in the Smith County Jail on Monday for injury to a child, resulting in reckless bodily injury. How country is that? Oh. It's not funny. It's not funny. Getting 5th graders drunk is not funny. Hi, Henry. I'm good. I hope you're doing good too. Thank you for stopping in. She allegedly raised eyebrows, but necessarily red flags when she showed up December 20th with the shots. Burnell had a positive reputation before this incident took place. During the interviews, I was told while some of the teachers found it odd that she would bring Jell-O shots to an elementary school party, they were trusting her to not bring anything harmful to the school party. Burnell was an involved parent and was present at many functions at the school. Hi, John. Teachers began getting suspicious as kids started getting sick. 2 adults who had the Jell-O shots told a third that they believed the drinks had alcohol in them. Burnell allegedly told police she purchased the shots from a business she found on Facebook, which authorities redacted. I asked if the Jell-O shots had alcohol in them, and she said they do taste different. I'm just curious why you would give a child a Jell-O shot of any sort, even if it doesn't have alcohol. That's not a normal thing to give somebody. Hi, Stephen. How are you? Burnell also said she discovered the Jell-O shots contained alcohol after the children had consumed some of the shots. Cops didn't buy that. The affidavit said he tracked down where she purchased the shots. According to police, it was obvious the Jell-O shots had vodka. Looking at the photo of the Jell-O shots she ordered, it clearly states, Jell-O shots contain Smirnoff. No, it's not. No, it's not. Who gives their kids Jell-O shots? I don't even know. And why didn't you just make them yourself? The fact that you have to purchase them from somebody online tells me you're stupid. Tyler Police Department is aware of the recent arrest of a parent in connection to an elementary holiday party last December, the school district said in a statement. At the time, a parent volunteer brought homemade Jell-O to the celebration, which was later found to contain alcohol. Unfortunately, some students consumed the Jell-O before the situation was discovered. Staff acted immediately to address the situation, informing parents and working with law enforcement. Since the incident, the parent has not been allowed back on campus and now faces legal consequences. We take this matter very seriously and remain committed to the safety and well-being of our students. That's the end of that one. Can you imagine taking Jell-O shots to a Christmas party for children and everyone's like, this is fine. This is normal. This is totally normal. This is normal. This is America, folks. That's what that is. Hold on. I need this for a minute. All right. Okay, this one might be graphic, just an FYI. I'm just going to get through the thing. I'm not even going to read the having to go pick up your drunk kids from school. That's why it is kind of funny. Oh man, my eyes in here. But it's not funny because it's children, and children under the influence is not okay. But kids are like, I took 6. Woo! Not cool. I never had that in 5th grade. A 20-year-old Nevada man is behind bars for nearly decapitating his mother and stabbing one of her friends, later telling cops, "Holy F, it looks like I murdered them." After the mom was found dead and the pal was discovered in a driveway, barely clinging to life with knife wounds to her neck and cheek. Carson Gonzalez, the young man who authorities say is responsible, allegedly attacked his mother, Carla, who's 52, and her friend, Angela Clay, 46, on Saturday while the two of them were at a 2-story home in northwest Reno. Police say Carson Gonzalez, oh, Stephen, I appreciate you. Thank you, thank you. Thank you. You are appreciated. Sending all the hearts. I don't know how to send hearts. Apparently you can do this or something. That's not very heart-like, and it's supposed to do things. I thought. I don't know if I can. You have a question. Lil Jon sings the new Sha Sha Sha. He does. I have a question. Sure. What's your question? Police say Carson Gonzalez, who was ordered to be held without bond Thursday on charges of open murder with a deadly weapon and battery with the use of a deadly weapon, set upon the pair after getting into arguments with his mom. Hi! Hey, Junior, how are you? He allegedly attacked Carla first before turning his attention toward Clay after she attempted to get between them to break up a verbal fight they were having. Officers responded to the scene around 6:30 that night after receiving multiple 911 calls about a family argument that was unfolding inside the residence, where Carla, an art and photography teacher at a local high school, was living with a roommate. As police approached the Reno home, they were allegedly met by Carson, with court documents reportedly describing how he exited the garage of the home dressed in nothing but a tank top and socks, while covered in blood. You have 30 minutes to think about it. His mom was found dead inside with sharp force injuries to her neck. Authorities took Carson down to a local police station where they interviewed him about what occurred and allowed him to speak with a half-brother over the phone, who apparently tried getting the young man to realize what had allegedly unfolded. "I don't think you understand what you did tonight," Carson's brother told him. He had the suspect, which describe how the suspect had his phone on speaker during the call, ultimately allowing the cops to hear what he was saying. "No, I don't understand. No, I do understand. Excuse me. It's effing horrible." Investigators reported hearing Carson mutter at times during his interview, while also making remarks about the case and random things, including statements about the president of the US. "Trump killed my queen." Oh, God. "Let me talk to Trump," he also told cops during his interview. "Trump is scaring me and stuff." Oh, geez. This is one of those, I'm insane. Describing the alleged murder and how it happened, police say Carson Gonzalez claimed he was defending himself. "They were attacking me." He allegedly made similar remarks when officers first made contact with him outside. "I don't know what the F I'm doing," he allegedly said. At one point, the young man claimed during his interview that he could bring her back in reference to his mom. "She's not dead, is she?" he asked detectives, who tried and failed to get him to provide specifics about the slaying. "I don't really want to talk about it," he also said. "They were attacking me and I defended myself." When Carson was speaking to his half-brother while at the police station, the sibling allegedly told him that he should have just diffused the situation and walked away. "Yep, that's exactly what I should have done. According to court documents, I can't believe what I just did. It's effed up. It's so effed up." I'm telling you, I'm going to write to Law and Crime and tell them that their editors are shit. Taking a couple day break from drinking. Oh, good for you. Junior, how many days? I know the other day you had said that. It's crazy. It's like watching a movie through words. Oh, the reading? Oh, well, I'm just telling you, the editors of Law and Crime suck. They do not know how to write. How they end it pisses me off. And it makes me want to pull my hair out. So let's see. What are we at? 45 minutes. Okay. Now there could be some better. Oh, yeah. No. And how it ends, it just abruptly ends. It's just like, and he said that's effed up. The end. What? All right. So it looks like this one does have to do with the child. Carolyn, I apologize. As you know, it's a cold read. I have no idea what's going to happen. But these are still important to read because this is what's happening all around us. So trying to do a brief skim. Fucking hate people, man. Okay. I'm going to start drinking. RC, well, hello. I'm good. Okay. But anyone who's in here, this does have to do with the child. So please note that. Trigger warning. I drank for another week and a half. Junior, that wasn't very long ago. I know I haven't really been on the internet. I've been kind of taking a break from doing the live thing, and it has killed my channel. I'll just tell you that. The mother of a 1-year-old girl whose remains were discovered abandoned inside a dresser in Indiana has taken a plea deal and will now cooperate with law enforcement, court records show. Madison Marshall, who's 25, will plead guilty to 1 count each of neglect of a dependent resulting in death and neglect of a dependent for the death of Oakley Snow. Oh, Oakley, and they spelled it so cute. In March 2023, the defendant was arrested in Harnett County, North Carolina, on charges including neglect of a dependent resulting in death, neglect of a dependent resulting in serious injury, neglect of a dependent with endangerment, neglect of a dependent with abandonment, and 2 counts of assisting a criminal in a murder. I'm getting my popcorn. On April 25th, Marshall accepted the plea agreement offered by the Marion County Prosecutor's Office. The plea will be formalized during a change of plea hearing slated for May 1st, so tomorrow. Then, days later, she will likely testify against the man charged with her daughter's murder. That man, Rowan Waters, 27, is set to face a trial by jury on May 12th on charges of murder, neglect of a dependent resulting in death, neglect of a dependent resulting in serious injury, battery resulting in bodily injury to a person under 14, and neglect of a dependent. In January of 2023, Oakley, who was just shy of 2 years old at the time, was spirited away from Oklahoma to Indianapolis along with her 7-month-old brother. Prosecutors allege Marshall and Waters were the culprits. Both children were reported missing by the children's father, Zachary Snow. Can you imagine that? Ugh. Snow told investigators with the county sheriff's office that Marshall and Waters took his boy and girl from their home on January 19th, 2023, without his permission before fleeing to Indiana, where they would be staying with Waters' mother. Somewhere along the way, however, and under still murky circumstances, the young girl was killed and her body was hidden. While the young boy was eventually reunited with his father after being found abandoned in what authorities described as a trap house, common terminology for a house dictated to illicit drug use, it would be months before Oakley's body was discovered. A national search for the 2-foot-tall, 35-pound, blonde-haired, blue-eyed girl circulated in late April 2023 when Marshall, in custody, led authorities to an abandoned Morgantown house where Oakley's tortured and broken body had been stuffed into a dresser. According to a probable cause affidavit, Marshall told investigators Waters would regularly whoop Oakley as a form of discipline for any perceived misbehavior, including holding a fork wrong, urinating in her diaper, and many other behaviors common to toddlers. On several occasions, the man also wherever this guy is, I hope somebody finds him. I'm not even going to read that. She also apparently told investigators that Oakley had stopped eating around Waters because he regularly became aggressive with her when she would not eat at the pace he wanted her to. Marshall told detectives the fatal day was February 9th, 2023. Hi, Todd! I'm underdressed. The girl's mother said she heard Waters in the living room repeatedly yelling at Oakley to bounce in an inflatable rubber ball with a handle. After the fifth and loudest time that he yelled at her, Marshall went in to check on them and said she saw Waters standing over Oakley as she sat trying to bounce the ball. Marshall said she saw Waters sit on the couch while she went back to the kitchen. Minutes later, the girl's mother said she heard Waters scream for her daughter, adding that she never heard him sound like that before. She met him in the hallway as he held Oakley in his arms. She saw that Oakley was not moving. Waters continually repeated without prompting that he didn't do anything and that it wasn't his fault. He initially refused to let Marshall take Oakley from him and stripped her of her clothes. Marshall could see Oakley's stomach and chest cavity extend as if she was trying to breathe air. However, she observed this fucking mom. Oh, hi, Jeremiah. Marshall could see Oakley's, However, she observed what appeared to be a mix of blood and spittle. The fuck? What is spittle? Dripping from her mouth. What is spittle? I'm ignorant. I've never heard that word before. Okay. It's spit. It's exactly what I thought, but that's weird. Who says that? Anyway, sorry. I had to read what that was. Where did my thing just go? Well, she tried to exhale, which created a gargling sound. Oakley's eyes remained closed throughout this time. The girl by then was likely dead or dying, but Waters allegedly would not allow the child's mother to dial 911. Allegedly. Hi, Steph. Yes, I always wash my hands. Marshall told law enforcement. Instead, Waters wrapped Oakley in a blanket and put her in the back of his car with Marshall, according to the affidavit. Marshall went on to tell the police she opened the blanket to check on her daughter and found Oakley had stopped trying to breathe. Her lips had turned blue. Marshall felt her skin, which now seemed cool to the touch. She could also no longer feel a heartbeat as she held her. Marshall pulled Oakley's eyelids back to further examine, but saw no movement or response in them. She held Oakley's hand before eventually climbing into the front seat next to Waters. So Marshall and Waters drove to the abandoned house together. There, her then boyfriend took Oakley's body out of the car, entered the building through a window. I think we read this earlier this year, didn't we? Or last year. And came out soon thereafter alone. Oakley's decomposed body was found in the dresser, bottom drawer. Police said her left leg had been clearly broken at the knee so that the left foot rested directly over her chest. In June 2023, the coroner's office determined that the young girl died due to the homicide of unspecified means. A few months prior, Marshall and Waters were arrested in Colorado and extradited back to Marion County. We did read about this. I do remember. Hi, Blake. Now Marshall faces a sentence of 25 years behind bars for her cooperation on the neglect, resulting in death charge. Prosecutors are also likely to push for a sentence of 2 years in prison for the remaining neglect charge, to be served concurrently or at the same time. And that's it. She's equally responsible. Oh, it's my birthday! Woo! Blake, happy birthday! Happy birthday. That chick needs to be unalived as well. 55 minutes. I think we have time for one more. We're just doing an hour, friends. So happy birthday. All right, well, this one's for the ladies, I guess. Don't mind me while I have a little nicotine. This is an unusual state. Normally we don't deal with Missouri. A 21-year-old woman in Missouri will spend decades behind bars for killing her boyfriend, fatally shooting the 24-year-old victim in the head on New Year's Eve after finding messages from him to another woman. Rutho. Who's Rutho? Who's Rutho? Madison Reckert will serve 35 years in a state correctional facility for the 2022 slaying of Jonathan Miller. According to court documents, Reckert had initially been arrested and charged with first-degree murder and armed criminal action over the shooting. However, she reached a deal with prosecutors last month in which she agreed to plead guilty to 1 count of second-degree murder and 1 count of armed criminal action. She was sentenced. They sentenced her to 25 years on the murder and 10 years on the lesser charge to be served consecutively. According to a probable cause, the incident took place at a local residence on the night of December 31st, 2022. Yeah, I'm going to show you her face when we're done. She's young and stupid. Reckert was reportedly motivated to kill Miller after she went through his phone and found that he had been exchanging text messages with other women. Hi, simple girl, how are you? After allegedly making that discovery, authorities said that Reckert waited for Miller to fall asleep before grabbing a firearm and shooting him. Following the shooting, Reckert drove a short distance north to Dallas County, Missouri, where she reportedly spent the night hiding in the woods. Oh, man. The following day, Reckert drove to the Dallas County Sheriff's Office and turned herself over to authorities. Detectives traveled to Dallas County to speak with Reckert, who reportedly provided details about her motive and the murder. A handgun was recovered from her vehicle that matched the weapon used in the shooting. Miller's mother spoke about the day she learned of her son's death in an interview. Blah, blah, blah. I couldn't believe it because she found messages from him to other women. He hadn't even cheated on her. Zip it. What? JFK, stop. Yes, that's how you handle your problems. 1, she shot him while sleeping. That's ridiculous. 2, she ran away like a coward. And then she slept in the woods. And then she turned herself in. I can name so many things wrong with that. Tried building a tree fort when she was out of the woods. Yeah. Anyway, I said I was going to show you her. Hold on. That is her right there. Take a good look. She's like, oh, look, I'm guilty. I did it. Look what I did. So, that is that. What can I trade for your dog? Oh, you want my dog? Why do you want my dog? Why? Do you hear her out there with her, what you call it? Show your shit. Hey, Black Hole, there's a channel that you can actually go to. Let me find out. Hold on, I can give you some information if you want to see some shit. Hold on. There is a channel that supposedly, if you pay them money, the eyes say a lot. Yes, they do. If you pay them money, 99, good to see you. Oh, hello, Tiff. She's almost smiling, I know, even though she is being nuts. There is a channel that apparently, oh, we're going to just pin that. We're going to pin this. Apparently, if you pay them a good sum of money, they will eat poop. I don't know, Blake. Someone in their chat was saying that they watched them pull crap from the toilet. And if you want my honest opinion, oh, that light did be on. If you want, my thought was the look on that guy's face. One, I don't think he's very smart. And I mean that in the nicest of ways. I don't think he's super high IQ. So I almost feel like the other two people, specifically the dude, because the girl seems like she's short bus too, are using him to do whatever. I could be wrong. I don't need to hear that. The toilet seat? No. We just, Junior dropped the tag down there. So yesterday, the group got together. I don't want to say the group, a few people. I was not one of them. Inbred. Yeah, the eyes were too far apart. They say that's a thing. I'm so glad I missed it. You know what? So I ended up subscribing to that channel, and it just so happened I was scrolling because I do not have my subscription, like the bell turned on for them. And I just happened to be looking at my lives, and as soon as I tuned in, they were like, oh, they paid money for us to eat dog shit. And I went, oh, I arrived just in time. It was, I don't know, just the look on that guy's face. I think it very well could have been real. It's like you're watching the chat. I said that yesterday. I just had gotten in there when that happened. He screen recorded it. Yeah, I feel bad. And the people in the chat, they're like, you guys all need to unsubscribe. This is ridiculous. Don't encourage this. Like, he's better than that. It really makes me think that I don't think he's smart enough not to. You know what I mean? I just don't think he's smart enough not to. And I guess I say that because he was like, just his facial expressions when he was looking at it, it seemed too real. His expressions, the gagging, and then when he asked, like, hey, can I drink that water? Like, I'm going to need water for this. He doesn't seem smart enough to ask those questions. And again, I'm not trying to be an ass. I'm just stating what I saw. I have a feeling it really was. I think he went outside and got a piece of it because, anyway, when he started gagging, I started gagging. That's the best $10 I ever spent. I didn't see it yet. Yeah, he starts gagging and I'm gagging. I'm like, when he's gagging, and I'm just like thinking about the smell alone. And in your teeth, oh fuck, man, nope. I'm a very visual person, and just that was a lot for me to watch, because I screamed and I was like, no, he's not really gonna do it. And I kept looking at what he was holding, because everyone in the chat was like, oh, it's probably a Tootsie Roll. I'll be honest, he was gone a long time for a Tootsie Roll. I don't know. I think it was real because he doesn't seem smart enough to fake it. Again, I could be wrong. The moderator in that chat was very much saying, "Oh yeah, it's real. Oh yeah." I already pledged it. If I win the raffle tomorrow from Wyatt, I'm donating the money to Fabian. My supplies. Oh. Or someone's gonna eat human feces. Yeah, that's awful. Anyway, if he isn't all there, they could really get in trouble. Well, exactly, simple girl. And I honestly think those people on that channel, specifically the dude, they're using him. And this is just me speculating on the little bit that I saw. He just doesn't seem very bright at all. At all. He probably has worms. He's definitely gonna have worms. Hi, Bangle Mama, how are you? I definitely I think he's the ploy to it. Do you see how many subscribers they have? It is his choice. You're absolutely right. It's his choice. But imagine if you're him and you're not very smart and they're like, "Hey, we're going to give you a cut of this." It is very shameful. They're using him hands down. They're taking probably 80% of whatever it is. That lady, trash. That dude, And then when they were like, when he got that Amber Alert, and they were like, "Oh, he came back," and he's like, "Oh, what happened? What happened? What happened?" It's just, he does not seem very bright at all. I mean, nobody who eats shit is bright to begin with, obviously. He looks like he's been doing it for a while. Well, what's interesting, I don't know, it's just weird what people will do for a buck. Exactly. Yeah, it's did we decide? Bangle Mama, I don't know. I feel like his facial expressions were very, very, very real. The way he spoke about it when he asked for water. To me, as I was saying before, I don't think he's smart enough to fake it the way he did. If that makes sense. I don't think he would think it all the way through, like, "Oh, I should ask for water. Oh, I should pretend like I'm gagging." The gagging, I think, was real. I think the gagging was real. I gagged. I was going to throw up, and I wasn't even, nope. Do it. Ooh. But again, someone in the chat had said that they watched him pull shit out of a toilet and eat human shit. So, fuck. What is wrong with people? Oh, I know. He did some good. Well, his acting, I don't think that was acting. I think that was genuine. I think he genuinely ate shit. That wasn't funny to me. That was like, you've got to be joking. Okay, I had never seen them. Oh, I've never seen them either. That was the first time. But what is it they say when your eyes are far apart? I'm sorry. I shouldn't say that. That's rude. Anyway, we're done doing crime, guys. So we're past an hour. And I feel bad because I know when I went live not long after, Wyatt went live. So my apologies, but it happened. I did say I was going to do crime today, so I made sure I did that. Ooh. He had a little piece. I mean, it was little, and he was just holding it like his face just said it all. I don't know. I don't think if it was fake to me, I could keep up with that acting that long. The gagging was real. The gagging was real. I know it was. Tiff, you didn't miss it. You're inbred. I mean, distance between the eye sockets. This condition. Genetic disorders. We don't need to talk about that. I'll send you a copy, Tiff. Gaggy was insane. Yes, it was. It was. And I just happened to enter that chat right at the right time. Isn't that fetal alcohol syndrome when the eyes are far apart? I think it is, right? That dog food and milk look gross. Did he do dog food and milk? I didn't know that he did dog food and milk. Hey, Hunter, how are you? That's a symptom. Wide set eyes. Yeah, I thought fetal alcohol syndrome. But again, I'm not trying to be an asshole. That's rude. RDR. I just want to see them real quick. Did I unsubscribe? I think I may have unsubscribed after that. Nope, my dumbass kept them on there. Let's look. Like, if you just look at him, he just doesn't look smart. I'm saying. Gunter. Or inbreeding. Blake, stop. But it seems like that one guy with the far apart eyes, he's the one who's the butt of everything. You know what I mean? Like, maybe I'm wrong. Chaos, I'm busy. Stop. Don't be yelling at me right now. I'm going to be done in 2 seconds. Hold on. They don't keep those lives. They don't keep them. The last live was 1 year ago. They have 26,000 subscribers, though. That's the Whitaker family. Or inbreeding. Trolled my dad with a special type of water. He won't wear a do-rag after you hear this. Yeah. Anyway. Your kid's Uncle Harper. Oh, Ariel, hello. All the stupid stuff. Yeah, but... Hold on, I gotta see this.
Give me my money. Yeah.
No, they're fucking stupid. They're fucking retarded. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna straight say it. They're special ed. Fucking special ed. That's special ed right there.
Yeah, man, you look good, man.
Oh, hell no.
Pickle? Yeah. It's like the lightness hitting your face. Perfect. For real?
Sound retarded.
Like this or what?
They don't live very cleanliness like. Oh. Hold on, he didn't. Just a minute. You can't see this, but that makes it. Yeah, no kidding. He ended up pulling up the what's that little dude on what's that movie? Yes. Ooh. Why are your shirt? Oh, anyway, I'm sorry. I shouldn't make fun of people like that, but they shit on TV for everyone to see. Like, those sheets remind me of like hospital sheets. Like, they're super paper thin. Like, you're supposed to throw them away. I'm sorry. Do they have cockroaches? I bet you. If you saw what I just saw before this short just started, probably. I
killed Ricky Miles, bro.
Anyway, that's fucked up. I'm fucked up. I can't watch this anymore. They read the short bus. Yeah. Lay under me. Go drool in the basement, Junior. Yeah. Anyway, I will let you guys go.
Stop sending me dick pics. Stop sending me dick pics. All y'all dudes in my inbox, all in my DMs, stop sending me dick pics. Stop. Man, stop sending me dick pics. Stop sending.
Poof. Anyway. I'm like, anyway. He's saying stop. He is straight. Hold on.
Me dick pics. All y'all say.
I don't know why he looks like he's in the shower, but he's in his bedroom. Anyway, um, it smells like iron. What? I don't get that one, but okay. Anyhow, okay. I appreciate you all for stopping in. Thank you so much for being here, and I'm sorry I haven't been doing these lately. Gotta work on that. But I figure since Fools is coming tomorrow, who knows when I'll have an option to go live. So we'll see how that works. But I appreciate you all, and I will try to work on some better material where I can love you, where I can do more one-on-one. Oh, don't go yet. I want to tell you one thing. Hold on. So sorry. Can I tell you one thing? I'm sorry. If you have to go, go. But I wanted to tell you guys this one. I'm like, I did want to tell you guys this one that I saw on TikTok. So I had to, I'm sorry. Nobody's live. I'm like, am I interrupting anyone? Hold on. Let me just be sure. Okay, hold on. I just wanted to tell you this real quick. Nope, I'm out. Okay, bye. So in Guyana, there was a girl. She's 11 years old, and she ended up going to a hotel to go swimming. And when she went swimming, in order to swim in the pool, you have to have a wristband to swim in the pool, just so they don't have extra guests swimming that aren't allowed. And so she was there with her grandmother and family, and she tells her grandmother, hey, I'm going to go to the front desk, get a band to go swim in the pool, do the thing. Her grandma's like, awesome, cool, I'll see you in a minute. So the girl leaves her grandmother, goes to the desk, or that's what her grandma thinks. Half an hour goes by. The girl doesn't come back. And so the grandma's like, it's been 30 minutes. You're over the limit. This one was important because it's a cover up. So this one's kind of sad. Well, it's very sad. And so the grandma goes to the front desk and she's like, hey, my granddaughter came here to get a wristband to go in the swimming pool. Have you seen her? She's like, no. Whoever's at the front desk, no, we haven't seen her. We haven't seen her. Grandma goes to the pool. Her granddaughter is not there. So then the grandmother tells the parents, like, hey, I can't fucking find. Her name is Adriana. And so then they reported her missing because the parents, what they did is they sat in their vehicle outside of the hotel watching to see if the girl had left or was leaving or was like outside of the hotel property. They looked, they couldn't see her. So they reported her missing on Wednesday, and it's a hotel and bar. And the next morning, keep in mind, there's now a search party, right? They called the police come over, they filed a report. There's like the search party within the family that's looking for her. There's the people staying at the hotel that are looking for her. They've checked the pool 1,000 times over. Nobody sees her. Nobody can find her. The next morning, the girl's body is floating in the pool at 10 in the morning. And I guess supposedly the girl has extreme bruising and lacerations, assault marks on her, unfortunately. And when the police saw that there was a body floating in the river, there's a video of her dad jumping in the pool, like hoping to save her. But of course, she had already passed. And the father pulls her out of the pool. Everyone starts screaming, freaking out. The girl had cotton stuffed up her nose. The police that were there just left. They just left. They didn't even stick around. They didn't call a coroner. They didn't call it a crime scene. They didn't take it serious. And so supposedly in this foreign country, they are thinking it was a cover-up and the girl was obviously assaulted. But there's like some big protests going on right now. The hotel is up in flames, or was up in flames. And yeah, it was something I found on TikTok. So I had to do my research, but yeah, I guess the girl had what looked like acid burns on her arms. So she is of darker complexion. She is African American. And you know how some people have birthmarks, right? Where they have lighter colored skin as opposed to the dark. And on her knees, um, she's got like white marks on her knees and on her feet, on her hands, and like on her arms. So they think that acid was poured on her. And there is a police officer who is now being charged with criminal mischief because he started a fire in that family's hotel room to cover up some kind of evidence. And he also has those same like acid marks on his hands. But anyway, it is something that is unfolding right now, but there's like big protests going on because the government in that country, along with the police force, cannot be trusted. The government wanted to do their own autopsy, and the family paid for a coroner in Delaware, actually. Miss Rainey, I'm assuming that's Angel. Fury, how are you? Had the autopsy done from the man from Delaware, and what we're hearing is that she did drown to death. So they think that she was drowned probably after the fact, but there was footage of the pool and she wasn't there, and then the next morning she was. So anyway, it's ongoing. It's pretty sad, but a young 11-year-old girl who was at a hotel, which the hotel was packed. So imagine all the other things that have happened. Oh, yeah, 99, actually, there was another death at this same hotel about 10 years ago, similar situation, but it wasn't oh, it just came up. Oh, well, I'm about done. I'm so sorry. I've been here for way longer than an hour. An older adult male, I believe, who was in his 20s, died of blunt force trauma to the head, but in the same pool. So there's a lot of weird things going on at that hotel. Supposedly the front desk staff was paid off. And anyway, I know we don't hear about these things very often, but yeah, that one was one I wanted to tell you guys for sure. Okay, I'm officially done now. Thank you. Okay, I hope you all have a good night. Thank you again for stopping in. I will let you go and live your best life. Who's live now? Let's see. Nobody. Okay, well, I'm sure Wyatt will be live again. I don't know what he was doing. Maybe he was cooking, and then it'll be drinking hour. So that's fine. Okay, I love you guys. Thank you. I appreciate you. And hopefully we'll do this in the next couple days.